Hi, and welcome to Distress Tolerance Meditation. Today we're going to be working on softening our experience around uncomfortable emotions. What you'll need today is one ice cube. So if you haven't already gotten that, make sure that you go and get that, and you're just going to need one for today's meditation. Also know that if you're new to meditation, the mind has a natural tendency to wander away from what we're going to be doing. Don't judge yourself, but each time that you see yourself drifting away, just gently come back to the breath, inhaling and exhaling. If at any time you lose focus or are not connected to the meditation, that's okay too. Come back to the breath, inhale and exhale. Let's begin. So come to find your comfortable seat. Maybe you are sitting in a chair or on a cushion. And just take some nice deep breaths and gently close the eyes. In these first few moments, we just want to see how the mind is moving today. Just noticing and becoming aware. Are the thoughts falling to the past or the future? Just general distraction around you. Notice everything that's coming up. And then just simply allow it to fall away. So as we enter a program of recovery, we're going to be experiencing a lot of different feelings. We're going to have a lot of different thoughts. And some of them are going to be really uncomfortable, really hard. And part of what we're learning in this process is to be able to continue on with what we need to do, despite how we feel sometimes. So this meditation is offered to you in efforts to allow yourself the opportunity to live alongside of your experience. So often we are swallowed up by distress or feeling uncomfortable or strong emotions. And part of mindfulness is being able to take a seat right next door. So if the ice cube's not already in your hand, make sure that you bring it to the palm of one hand. So the first thing we want you to do is just identify what this ice cube represents to you. So this is your distress. So maybe it represents relationships or recovery or accepting your circumstances, surrender, just anything right now that's causing you to struggle. Maybe something that you're resisting against or having a really hard time letting go of. Make it as personal as possible. And I want you to stay with that name throughout this meditation. So at certain points, just coming back to recognizing what it is that you're holding in your hand. And as we move through our meditation, the ice cube is going to melt. My encouragement to you is that you just allow the ice cube to take its course. Try not to interfere by making it melt faster or trying to keep it longer. This is a process of truly learning how to let emotions do what emotions are going to do without interfering. If you find yourself getting overly involved in the process of the ice cube melting, come back to the breath and let go of that clinging. So to begin, I just want you to observe the mind's reaction to holding your distress in your hand. Are there pieces of you that are thinking, I don't want this, this is annoying, uncomfortable? What part of you is resisting? And is that the same part of you that resists change, growth? See if you can find that they're one and the same. Don't judge yourself for that resistance, but just acknowledge if there is a part of you that's pushing this experience away from you, wanting it to be over. And if you find that you're resisting, soften. Maybe the jaw has grown tight or the belly is taut. And see if you can just allow yourself to release the shoulders. Find some comfort. Now begin to notice the sensation in your hand if you allow your fingers to open. Just letting your distress sit easily in the palm of your hand. Maybe it's melting and you feel some of that on the back of your hand. And then wrap your fingers very tightly. Squeeze the distress. Notice how your relationship to it changes. Is coping with the distress easier when the fist is clenched tight or when you allow the fingers to open? Maybe do that a couple times, just finding what your experience is. Finally, come to allow the hand to be open. And as you think of your distress, notice how when you were clinging and holding on and squeezing tightly, that changed the relationship that you had. How are you doing that same thing in your recovery process, thinking that it's going to make things easier? The tighter that you hold, the more that you control or squeeze something, is it really serving us? Or does it become much easier to move alongside of our emotions when we just let the hand be? When we just allow whatever is causing us to feel overwhelmed to sit gently in the palm of our hand. Begin to play with the idea of letting the distress come all the way to your fingertips, just ever so slightly holding it right in the edges of your hands. Maybe move it from finger to finger, so loosely that it could drop at any moment. Are you afraid that it will drop? Are you clinging to want to hold on to it longer? Maybe move it from the fingertips back to the palm, and then back to the fingertips. Just find what that looks like for you. After a couple times of moving it back and forth, once again, just find it right in your fingertips. Notice how much of the distress is left from when you started. And then if it feels like it's in your practice today, I invite you to just allow the distress to fall to the floor. Don't worry about what's going to happen when it hits the floor or what it looks like. Just allow it to drop out of your hand. And keep the hand that you were holding it with open and vibrant. Notice how the hand feels to let go of the distress. Notice the sensations on your fingers and in the palm of your hand. Notice if the hand wants to curl itself back inward, or if it can continue to stay relaxed. Notice the heart's reaction to letting the distress fall. Is there fear of allowing that to fall away for you? Is there relief? Sit with what it would look like to let go of whatever it is that's causing you to feel overwhelmed, discontent, or restless. After you've spent some time reflecting, turn that hand down, connecting the palm to your leg. Just notice the energy, the connection that you have with yourself here in this moment. Know that all you need is within you. And that whatever your experience is in this present moment, it is impermanent. But whatever we resist continues to persist. So note that if you are clinging, if you are pushing away, give yourself the opportunity to allow whatever is happening to just happen. And see if you can find comfort and calm within that, even if the situation is difficult. We don't have to wait for calm waters to find peace. Continue to sit with your reflection, knowing what it would be like to soften to even the sharpest edges. Begin to deepen your breath. Consciously fill your belly full of air, introducing small movements back into the jaw and into the shoulders. And in your own time and space, just waking yourself back up into your environment, gently fluttering the eyes open. So I hope that this meditation was offering an opportunity to create some comfort amidst an uncomfortable situation. Thank you all for joining me today. Namaste.